Yeah, okay, go.
Oh, hey. Sorry, I was just taking a little break. Hey, Randy, how's it going? I hear you're teaching a lesson tomorrow on building a house on a solid foundation. And guess what? I just happen to be building a house right now. So welcome to this little video down there in Woodland. And a big shout out to Laurel and Julia, my nieces. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about you know, building a house and where to build it and that kind of thing. So let's go on down to the building site there. Kyle's my video guy, so go ahead of me there, Kyle.
Okay.
So that's the building site there, and you can see we've already started on what's called the footings. But I want to ask you a question before we get going here. So raise your hand. Go ahead and point this way, Kyle. Raise your hand down there in Woodland. If I'm going to ask you if you think a house is lightweight or it's heavy. Okay, so raise your hand if you think it's light. A house. Think about your house. Raise your hand if you think it's light. Okay, raise your hand if you think your house is heavy. Yeah, see? You guys are smart down there in Woodland. Yeah, a house is very, very heavy. And so when you're going to build a house, you got to think, this thing's really heavy. I got to make sure that what I put it on is going to hold it up. Because if it's not good what you put it on, the house might fall over or sink. And so this house here, we were going to build on this hillside, and when we started digging, we realized that the soil is really black, and it's got lots of like grass in it, and it's got a special name. It's called peat, not like your Uncle Pete, but peat, and that's the name of the soil. And it's not very good to build on because it's really soft and squishy. Okay, so let's go take a look at this. Let's look at the peat right over here. So this stuff is black as black, and when it gets wet, it's just like slippery and gooey, and it's really soft. Okay, so look at that. That's peat. And so in order to build a house here, we had to get rid of all the peat and put in something that was solid. Because otherwise, just think about this, okay? I'm going to ask you, what would happen if you put a really heavy house on soft and squishy dirt? Yeah, you're probably thinking the house is going to sink, right? And you're exactly right. The house is probably going to sink and tip, and eventually it's going to fall over, okay? Because it's heavy house and soft, squishy soil. So you get rid of all the peat. That's what we did here. And then we brought in truckloads, dump trucks. You guys seen dump trucks, right? Dump truck loads of this, what's called pit run, and it's a really solid gravel. Okay, so we filled it all up here, then we got a big roller and we compacted it. So now the ground where the house is going to be is really, really solid. Okay, so that's the deal. Let's go down here, Kyle. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to stomp on this like I did up there. So this is that stuff that the dump trucks brought in. You can see how solid that is. This house is going nowhere. So I guess the point then is, you know, you got to really pay attention to what you build your house on. Because if it's not solid, the house is going to fall over eventually. So, hey, I hope you guys have a great day down there. And tell Pastor Scott hi and the rest of the crew. And Randy, or sorry, Mr. Hanson. Have a great day today. It's supposed to be sunny and warm.